this is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're listening. Okay, it is now time for the net. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt, and it's 1 UTC, 1 Zulu, or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the net is for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club on a Monday night. Usually we're on 7100, but we're plus or minus as conditions permit there. So right now we're on 7098, and we are streaming on YouTube. Look up VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu on the YouTube stream, and it's a live stream on YouTube. So welcome to anybody that's hearing us on YouTube. Okay, we're looking for check-ins right now. And this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere, please go now. Okay, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, and our net is every Monday night for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Of course, we're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and that's the west end of Lake Ontario. So if you're listening and you're hearing us, we have two choices here today. You can check in on YouTube, VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, and you can go into the log there and chat with Chuck, who is VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, or you can come on this frequency if you can hear me and give me a contact. Any of our American friends, we're not trying to leave you out. We're below the band for you guys on the FCC where phone is permitted. So if you want to check in on CW, if you go slow enough for the old guy here, we will get you in our log there. So this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt looking for check-ins.
Victor Echo 3 Fox Hotel Echo.
You're coming in really good there, Wolf. VE3 Fox Hotel Echo. How are you today there, Wolf? Over.
Okay. How you doing, Rick?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. It was warm in the backyard today. Well, warm, 36 degrees Fahrenheit, which is above freezing. And I noticed that we had snow overnight, and it melted very quickly. So, I heard we're in for a cold spell coming on the weekend. Did you hear that?
Yeah, we're 19 Fahrenheit now, and it's dropping. Yeah, we're supposed to head into colder weather.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard minus 25 Celsius. So I don't know. It's supposed to be cold till next Friday.
Well, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll be prepared for it. Okay, Rick, I got a couple things to do here. I just wanted to check in with you and make sure you knew I was here, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, thanks for the check-in here. I hope they'll join us on 10 meters, because I can always hear you good there. But I'm hearing you really good tonight. I think band conditions are really good, and my noise level is down tonight. So that's a good thing. Anyway, thanks for the check-in there, Walt. V3FHE from V3BK.
Yeah, you're sounding good in PA East, northern PA, SDR, by the way. But, yeah, okay. VE3FHE.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm listening to you in Shrewsbury, and I can also hear you on my local antenna, but right now Shrewsbury's working, so we're going to leave that on there. And I have also one from Pennsylvania. He's changed software, and it's super quiet. You can hardly tell if anybody's there. You know, like the way he's got it set up is just fantastic. So he must have it tuned in pretty good. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't know how to use that one at first, and then what do you call it, the delay time seems to be very low on it as well. So Shoeberry's further away, and it has more delay time. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, yeah, we're hearing stuff locally as well as on the remote or the SDR, so that is great. Anyway, yeah, well, you can check in or pipe in there anytime you want there, Walt. So we'll carry on here and see if there's anybody else out there listening. This is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt. Please go now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Wow, you're coming in good too there, Mac, and I heard you on 2 meters there saying things were done early. So VA3 India Mike Whiskey, and how are you tonight? What's happening there on POTA, or is anything going on at all?
A lot of POTA stuff going on tonight. I only had time to make one contact with a guy down in Colorado, but it was a great quality contact at 20 meters in the early evening is just crackers. I mean, in the last week or so, I'm going to say week and a half, the whole West Coast has been lighting up the sky. Colorado tonight was a 5-9 copy without a doubt, and no trouble getting through the pileup. But coming up on another milestone, I'm sneaking up on 5,500 EV parks, and that's kind of a goal that I've set to wrap that up by the end of the month.
Oh, well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah, 20 meters, the good old standby. I mean, even when conditions are bad, that's good. And when the bands were lousy, or no, the bands were really good, but in other solar cycles that I've been involved in, 20 meters sometimes would go until 2 o'clock in the morning. And you know, listen, you could work the world. So it was pretty good. When band conditions are good, you can pretty well work anybody on all bands, you know, so whatever. Yeah, this weekend, the CQ Worldwide 160 contest is on. And if you can make that antenna work on 160, it's the wee hours of the morning. I don't know if you're up, but the gentleman's band 160 meters is usually nighttime, wintertime band, and you'd be surprised at what you hear early in the morning and how quiet it is too on 160. So if you want to give that a try on a weekend, you'd be surprised. And the report is 5904. That's the zone. We're in zone 4, both in the CQ zone and the RRL zone. We're zone 4 in both of those in Hamilton. So anyway, that's something to think about too, Mac. Anyway, and you're sounding really good tonight. I was talking to Art a little bit earlier and trying to convince him to turn his radio on Wednesday night and see if Chuck can hear him on that new one. And I thought that would be a good try for Chuck. I think that radio is very sensitive. Yesu always have had a good receive there, over.
Yeah, I imagine it would. I don't know if the VHF, UHF is that much augmented. I do know that Chuck's radio has got the receiving capabilities of the 705, but that's specific to the HF band. I'm not sure if there's a whole lot more that's going on for 2 meters or 70 centimeters, but yeah, I'm sure giving it a try is not a bad thing. And again, I have not been able to make arrangements to drop in and see him. But perhaps if we hear him popping into Chuck's net, we can maybe have a quick chat and see how bad things are right now and whether he needs some assistance. Obviously, I would certainly like to see him be able to turn the radio on and select a memory frequency where everything's all set up and he just kind of scrolls through the memories. That way he doesn't have to worry about setting band and offsets and all the rest of that stuff. It would be nice, even if somebody does monkey around with the radio, if we get him into a memory mode, perhaps even if somebody touches the wrong keys like himself, there might be less of an impact. Anyways, we'll see what comes up in the next few weeks as the weather opens, and obviously you get a little extended daylight. Anyways, not sticking around for a real long time. I'm going to monitor for a little while, but the night is early and so is the evening. I'm sure you're going to pick up a whole bunch more.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for that. And just to let you know, another wooden shoe boy there went over and helped them out there, Bob Tenty, V3CJZ, who lives not too far away. He's got him back on Chuck's frequency of 146,430. But I tried to set him up with a 7300 so he could go from band to band and listen, but I think it was a little bit too much for him. Okay, got a question for you. Somebody told me this, and I'm not sure whether it was you or somebody else. His 7100 has a button somewhere down the bottom right that actually, if he pushes that button, it's built into that radio that it will read the frequency out to him audibly. Was that you that told me that, or was that somebody else? Over?
It was me. Actually, the 7300 and the 7100, they both have the capability. The radio will talk to you. You tap the button, and it tells you the frequency as well as the drop.
Okay, and the 7100 has it built in, so he already has that. All you got to do is find the button, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. And obviously, with our visual acuity, perhaps putting a little dab of red, alpha or something like that on that particular key might help him out. I know he's got a big magnifying lens that he uses with his radio so that he can see the big screen even bigger. So that might help. That might help indeed. The other opportunity is to actually glue something on that key, so it's a tactile thing. What that means is if you have a little fuzzy bit of little Velcro or something like that that feels different, glue a little bit of that on that special key that you can reach over and feel it with his fingers so you know he's frozen in the capsular key.
Okay, you have your work cut out for you. Yeah. Hey, well, sounds like some brilliant ideas, sir. And you could have somebody that knows a little bit about that radio help them out. Okay, thanks for that, Mac. And listen along as long as you can or want to. And we shall talk to you later. Anything else there, over?
That's it for now, Rick. I'm going to be back and forth, getting ready for another day of work, as we normally do. Be liberal at that point. Anyways, thanks for doing this one, Rick. Certainly appreciate it, and yourself a good night.
All right, and don't forget we're streaming on YouTube. VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu has us on the live stream. So, you can always listen to us while you're doing something else. And that's what I did last Wednesday there. I didn't check in till the last minute there before everybody disappeared. I was busy in the shack doing some stuff, you know how that goes. Anyway, yeah, you get tied up with something, and even if somebody called your call, you would sort of ignore it. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, let's see who else is out there. This is a VA3 Bravo kilowatt. Conditions seem pretty good tonight. A little lower noise floor. And anyway, we're in this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net. We're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, at the west end of Lake Ontario. And anybody in YouTube is hearing us there, feel free to chat. And VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, who is putting us on YouTube, will be more than likely will put you in on the log, and he will notify me, whatever. Anyway, right now we're on the radio on 7098. So anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
Okay, we got Larry in there and somebody else. Who else was that?
VE3 Kilo Mike Quebec.
Okay, VE3 Kilo Mike Quebec. We'll take you first, and Larry will be next there. So, Mike, how are you doing? And yeah, what's new in your neck of the woods? Well, it looks like winter's not done with us yet. We're gonna get some more cool weather, and today we had snow, and boy, it was melted in no time flat.
Yeah, good evening there, Rick, and hello also to Larry, and also Matt, still listening along. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, it's winter time, right? I mean, we had a couple days of some mild weather to kind of take the snow down, which is great. But we're back into the cold, and I think it's going to hang with us until at least Saturday. At least Saturday's supposed to warm up a little bit. +5 or something like that, I think, and but then it's back down again the next day. You know, it's a bit of a roller coaster, and you know, that's the way it goes. But anyway, just some news for you there, Rick. The last week, I guess, when we were talking, I was mentioning to you, I was going through some struggles with N1NM logging software as a result of having a laptop computer repair and having it back, and then the inability to install actually both Log4Admin and N1NM. I did resolve the Log4Admin issue, and but N1NM was giving me fits until I guess it was just yesterday. I found the solution, and it's working now. So with that, I'll send it back to you at this point. B3BK, B3KM2.
Where did you find the solution?
Okay, as you recommended, I did access the N1NM forum, and that was good, because it turns out there was a guy who had basically the same problem I did about 4 years ago, and he was getting that same long error message that was coming up. I think I told you about that. Just after install, so you know, it wouldn't even load up. That's what was happening. Same thing happened to him. Now, mind you, given that it was 4 years ago for him, it wasn't obviously a new update in Windows 11 as it seems to be with me. There was some other issues, but nonetheless, the solution was to save your user files, user and data files, outside of C drive. In other words, external to the computer, because Windows 11, the current one apparently, and the two logging softwares just don't like one another. And so for both of them, that being Log4Admin and N1NM, I had to save my user and data files over to a flash drive. And that was a ticket. That solved the problem. The logs are working. Got the history, complete history of my past QSOs all intact. away we go.
Well, there you go. Aren't computers wonderful? Larry knows all about that. Yeah. Well, isn't that crazy, eh? You have to save it outside, like on a flash drive or something else. Yeah, or in my case, I could probably put it on the network. Well, anyway, that's great there, Mike. And anything else here before I turn over to Larry and see what he's got to say about that? Over.
Yeah, just one thing. I did work the French contest, albeit that was just before I had the correction. I had to input everything manually, mainly the frequency on an older desktop that I had. I had a jerry rig for the computer down in my shack, but I got that working for the contest purposes. But this coming weekend, as you know, and you mentioned, is the CQ Worldwide 160 contest, which is one I like because, it's got, 160 is kind of that elusive band, and I'm fortunate to have, a decent long wire end-set halfway for that, zigzagging all over the place, but it does work. And so it's an annual thing for me. It's on just once a year, this time of the year. So I'm going to stay glued to the radio, so to speak, for that this weekend. So that's what's going on with me upcoming. And anyway, I'll send it back to you and let you pick up Larry and any others that come along the way. V3DK, V3KMQ.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the check-in there, Mike. V3KMQ, V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Yeah, and I was going to mention that contest. So, yeah, whatever, like wee hours of the morning is actually the best time to find somebody on there. And if you can get any antenna just to tune up with a tuner, it's pretty good if you have one that's even not long enough. I've been tuning 160 on my listening antenna, believe it or not, and it's a little bit touchy, but it actually works. And one thing I got to mention about this contest too, I forgot to mention on the net, was that this is a sideband contest, so they will actually, the contesters will actually be in the lower part of the band, where usually it's only CW. So you can go anywhere in the band if you can tune up your antenna in the low part better than the high part, or vice versa. That's the thing to do. Okay, anyway, Larry's in there, and Larry's coming in really good tonight. So we'll turn over to Larry and see what he has to say there. Because computer problems, definitely Larry's helped me out in the past. So V3 LBI from V3 Bravo Kilowatt. How are you doing, Larry?
Not bad, Rick. I got a high noise level tonight up here. Not sure what's going on, but pretty high noise level, so I'm having a hard time hearing everything.
Oh, you're having a high noise level even here. Yeah, I heard you mention something on the 2-meter net. So it's right across the whole 40 band, or what's going on?
I'm not sure. Like I say, Rick, it's hard to hear everything right now. I got a high noise level,
I usually have a high noise level here too. Well, you might want to try listening on the SDRs. If you look them up, and you can jockey between your computer and the radio. I've done that. I've actually done that. And now I have the SDR switch. It makes it easy, but I can listen to you locally or on the SDR. Either one, doesn't matter much. So, yeah, you come in pretty good. But the SDR, there's one in Pennsylvania that has just changed software. And man, oh man, he has that thing set up beautiful. Talk about a software-defined radio. No noise at all. And, like I can't even tell whether it's there or not, because usually you hear at least static or something. So I've been reverting back to that one in Shrewsbury, Vermont. At least I can hear the noise on that one. But the one in Pennsylvania actually works better and that is, let's see, what, let me give you the call sign here, Kilowatt 3, Echo Fox, Kilowatt 3, Echo Fox, if you want to look that one up. Okay, and anything else there, Larry, over? Are you hearing me okay?
Oh, yeah, I hear you okay. Not bad now. But, yeah, just a high noise level tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't been working 40 very much at all. I've been doing a lot of stuff on 20, so, but 40's been kind of really crazy with high noise level for me up here. And I think everybody else is the same. I don't know what's going on with 40 lately, but there's not many people on it, and I find it, like I say, a lot of high noise level, Rick.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah. Well, I get a high noise level here on 40 and 80 and 160 in the daytime. But early in the morning, you got to try 40 meters either really, really late at night or early in the morning. And I know that here my noise level settles down quite a bit. So I think it's maybe on them businesses to the north of me here. Even though Slater Steel's gone, I still get noise. Anyway, like that one. Mike having trouble with the computers. Yeah, I was thinking about you today, and one of the programs that you gave me, Mozilla, or no, not Mozilla, what the heck was it? Anyway, one of them that you gave me updated today, I noticed it updating, so, but anyway, so I appreciate your help in the past, and that one problem I had with this computer here, I was able to do the hard drive and get it all updated, and since then too, I had to replace one hard drive because the original one that came with the computer, this is one of the computers we had at a contest site. The original hard drive packed it in. So right now I got my solid state drive in there, and the one that I had upgraded anyway to give me the information that I wanted there from that time you were helping me out. Anyway, thanks for that. Anyway, and anything else? We're streaming YouTube, so you can always hear yourself via Chuck's station, VA3CJZ. He's got us on YouTube, so you can always listen to that and see how you sounded there, Larry. You sounded good to me. Anyway, so V3LBI, anything else, V3BK?
Nope, that's it, Rick. I just wanted to give you a check-in. I'll pass it back to you and see if you got anybody else there who wants to check in with you, too.
Okay, and I miss your net on Friday nights. We usually go on Ridge's net, and just so you know, Ridge is in very poor health, and somebody else is actually taking over the net for him. It was one of the guys that we had check in VE80 LAN when we did that, VK80 LAN and GB80 LAN when we did that. KD4RON, Ron from Georgia, is actually filling in for him, and he feels honored to be able to do that. Rich was in there on Friday nights. If you get there early enough on a Friday night, like before your net starts, you might be able to say hi to Rich, and that's on Echolink 9229. But anyway, Rich may not be with us for much longer. We don't know. But he sounded in good spirits anyway, and he's getting some help at home with some nurses coming in. So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that, Larry. Anyway, 73 for now, and listen along. Go on YouTube and have a listen there. So back to you for any final. V3LBI, V3BK.
Yep, okay, Rick. All right, thanks very much. Well, I'm still doing the net on Friday nights there at 8 o'clock. So sometimes I get time previous, but I haven't had an opportunity to go on Echolink and listen for anything. All right, Rick, 7-3 for now. I'll clear out of here. VE3LBI.
Okay, we're clear with V3LBI. Anybody else in there wants to check in? V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, we are streaming live on YouTube. VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu. He will be more than welcome to take your login on there. And you do not have to be a ham on YouTube, of course, but if you are, give us your call sign and we will make note of it here in the log that you were on YouTube. Okay, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HFNet on a Monday night. We're here Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. That's at 1 Zulu at the moment, 1 Zulu till 2 Zulu, and at which time at 9 p.m. we go to 10 meters. 28,485 is our reg 2, and usually it's only locals. The odd time we've had American Ham drop in and give us a contact as well on 10 meters, but usually 10 meters is not open this late at night. So this is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere? Please check in V3BK.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Okay, I hear somebody in there. I'm going to need some help probably. Low audio to me there. Try it once more. Okay, nothing heard that time. Okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Somebody trying to check in, please go now. Because the one in Shrewsbury, Vermont, they sometimes shut it down on me. Anyway, you have to be on there active to keep it going. Anyway, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Okay, can anybody, I swear I hear somebody in there trying to check in. Did anybody else hear that party? Okay, it could be somebody locally here. So try it once more. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
VA3CJZ.
Okay, and there's Chuck there. You blew my ear. yeah, you opened up my eardrums there, Chuck. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I tried checking in a couple of times, but I guess he couldn't hear me. But anyways, just thought I'd stop in and say hi. And we have Matt checking in on YouTube. That's Victor Echo 3 Sierra Mike November. He's up at McDonald's with the coffee gang there, so he's saying hello.
Okay, was that Matt in there, Chuck?
Yeah, Rick, Matt checked in on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just heard his call sign very faint, and I wonder if You heard him on the radio there, over?
No, I did not. He's up at McDonald's with the guys having coffee, so I don't think he's, I don't know, but I didn't hear him.
Okay, I could have swore I heard, that's why I mentioned his call, V3, it's Sierra Mike November. I heard a very, very faint background, so maybe he is trying on some kind of radio there. So, but anyway, I'll put him in the log here as if he was here, and also you're there, Chuck, so how are you doing, over?
Yeah, doing okay, Rick. You know, just hoping that this cold goes away, cold weather, and really looking forward to spending more time outside, working on my antennas and doing some not remote work, but some radio work with my FTX1 there. Over. Are you having a hard time hearing me, Rick?
Okay, I'm not sure he's done transmitting, but anyway, okay, Matt, thanks for the check-in. I got you in the log, and I could hear you very, very faint. I don't know what the problem is, and anyway, I don't think Chuck was hearing you there at all. So I heard you very faint, and you're probably the one I heard before there. So anyway, thanks for the check-in. I hope that I'm not walking on your right at the moment there. VA3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, I'm not hearing them anymore there, Chuck. So anyway, Chuck, how are you doing? And your audio is super hot.
Oh, it is, eh? Okay, let me see if I can turn it down.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee.
Hey there, Paul. VA3CJZ. I guess Rick can't hear me or you.
Yeah, VA3CJZ. Are you still there? Over.
Yes, I'm still here.
You sound just fine.
Okay, that must have been Paul. Is that you in there, Paul? V3CSY, V3BK.
Yes, it is me. I announced my call sign, but apparently you didn't hear me. Back to you. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening. And yeah, well, we're not hearing too well there right at the moment. I guess maybe the band's starting to go long or whatever. I'm hearing you on my own antenna, so there, no problem at all. But anyway, yeah, I heard Matt in there. I heard him very weakly, so he had to be on the radio here somewhere. And I have all the other radios turned down, so it wasn't coming through a different one. But anyway, so how are you? And I guess winter's not done with us yet there, Paul. Go ahead.
Well, it is still winter. It's February, so it's to be expected. I'm happy that the winter wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So we've had some stretches of cold, but you know what? All things considered, I think we got off lucky. Not a whole lot of snow. Yeah, and I hear Chuck just fine. Matt, like, no, non-existent. Couldn't hear him. Saved my life. And I've just been sitting here waiting patiently for my turn. So, back to you. VE3CSY.
Well, you were definitely right there about the cold anyway. But, yeah, the winter wasn't as bad as what we thought it was going to be. And I can remember as a young fellow there having to shovel out driveways with my dad, and it would seem like we had a heck of a lot more snow then. Of course, I was shorter, so it probably seemed higher than it really was, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, now, I think, did you say you heard Matt, or you didn't hear him?
No, I didn't hear Mac, like, at all, like, nada. I don't even know why you, like, I couldn't figure out who you were talking to. And, no, even when you and I were in the field, snow was way deeper. Don't you remember trying to plow through backyards with a ladder on your shoulder and you're damn near in waist-deep snow? Don't you remember that?
I guess, I must be getting old, Paul. I don't remember that. I don't remember that, but anyway. Well, that's the way it goes. Anyway, for some reason, my listening has gone, and usually I pick you up much better on the SDRs, but right now either they're not working or I haven't got them going or something. No, it looks like that one's still going, but I'm hearing you on my local antenna, and it's a little bit. You're just on the edge of the noise here, so I'm not getting every word that you said there, Paul. Anyway, I got you in the log, and hopefully it'll get better, and I know darn well that I'll hear you well on 10 meters, so we'll wait, and then we'll chat some more there, and you can remind me again. Anyway, let's see who else is in there. Chuck never came back to me. Chuck, are you still in there? Over.
Yes, Rick, I've been here the whole time. I think you've been trying to hear me on your SDR receiver, but you've been making me think that my radio's not getting out.
Well, that is exactly probably it, and I think the band must have gone long or something. I'm not seeing myself or hearing myself on Shrewsbury, and it was working really good up to a few minutes ago there. Over.
Yeah, well, that's the thing when you're relying on those stations that are far away. We're local here. You shouldn't need to listen to the SDR.
Yeah, have you seen the sunspot numbers, guys, tonight? Have you? It's 0.
Yeah, Paul, 0 sunspots there. The last time that happened was in 2022.
Well, 0, eh? Have you got any words of wisdom there about the YouTube or anything there, Chuck? Go ahead.
Not really. I mean, people are stopping by, they're listening, looking, and not only Matt has left a call sign, so it's all good. You know, people are stopping by and listening.
Well, that's good. That's good. And I wrote Matt down here. I did hear him. I heard something, and he, I heard his call sign, and I heard it very weakly, so I was probably on the other SDR. I have it turned way low, and I usually shouldn't hear anything on it, but if it's quiet enough, I will hear it faintly. So that could have been what was happening at the time. Anyway, right now I'm on my local antenna. The band must have gone long, and I can hear Paul there when he chimed in. And but I'm not, here we are local again. So thank God for YouTube. They can always listen in on YouTube and see how they can hear us. They could be listening to us on somebody's phone up there after the coffee break. So maybe somebody tried to check in on that, because I know that you can get the remote. You can get the remote on your phone, and the remote that we have, and I know Marty has access to that. And I was on there today trying to. Anyway, did you copy me when I was saying about Art there? You know, like I was talking to Art today, and I told him you had the new radio, and maybe you would be able to hear him on the new radio because of the high receive there. Over.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was busy doing something, but I had my earbuds in and I could hear you talking about Art there. And I don't know, I think it's just blockage from the signals. I don't think a brand new radio is going to make much of a difference, but you never know. Anyways, Rick, I've got another check-in for you from London, Ontario. That's our very own Noel. Victor Echo 3, Kilo Delta Tango, VA3KDT. Hello, Noel.
Okay, hello, Noel. VA3K. What did you say is called? Was KTJ?
I said it twice. It's Victor Echo 3, Kilo Delta Tango.
Okay, I just couldn't read my own writing. Kilo Delta Tango. Hello, Noel. And thanks for the check-in from London. Anyway, yeah, anybody that's on YouTube, hello. And Chuck will be more than glad to take your check-in on YouTube. Okay, thanks for that, Chuck. And well, it's my hearing, and plus my I can read my own rating is what it was, because I heard what you said, but it didn't click in there. So anyway, sorry about that, Noel. Anyway, anybody else out there wants to check in, please go now. Yeah, okay, VA3, Charlie Pop on CW, and we're hearing you, and I'm not sure how much power you're running there, but of course, the CW gets right through there, Dave. Go ahead. Okay. Thanks for that. And, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not set up for CW on here right at the moment, so I can't come back on CW. Anyway, thanks for the check-in, and well, that amount of power is definitely making it on CW, and I'm not sure if you put out 100 watts, I would hear you, because we are on the local antenna right at the moment, Dave, and I guess because where I'm situated, maybe some people on the mountain I just don't hear too well. So other people just boom in here. It depends on where they are, I think. Anyway, back to you for the final there, Dave. Go ahead.
Okay, Rick, V3BK, VA3CJZ. Yeah, you're a solid 5.9 on sideband. You've been 5.9 ever since you came on at 8 o'clock. And Chuck is 5.9 plus as well. He's been solid. No change in signals at all. Been solid all the way through. Over.
Okay, well, thanks for that. You're just on the edge of my noise here. So, Bob, we're hearing you there. Over.
Okay, I'm running 100 watts. Very good. Okay, good evening, Chuck. 5.9 plus 5.9 plus about 5 West Mountain. Over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. The 100 watts. Yeah, I don't know why, but I heard you a little better that time. And that could be anyway. I was going to tell Chuck there. I was playing with the settings on the 7300 on the remote, and what a difference! I turned the noise reduction on, and it sure made a big difference with the noise there. but it seems to be a bit of a slow delay time when voices come in. So, you know, it does have different, you know, different characteristics, I guess, with it. But anyway, Dave, that's what's happening here, too. I got my noise reduction on, and it's cutting back some of the noise here. So it's helping. Anyway, good to hear you on CW and voice. And we have you in the log. Thank you very much. So we're clear with VA3, Charlie Papa on CW and on voice. And we're looking for any more check-ins. We got 10 minutes to go, and then before we go to 10 meters. So anybody anywhere, if you can hear me, which might be a problem now with the band going long. Last week, right at the end, we were getting somebody in Venezuela or someplace coming in really, really good. So, anyway, anybody wants to check in, please go now.
Comment.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, V3CP, VA3CJZ, you're also 5.9 plus 5 over here, Dave, sounding good.
Okay, Chuck, very good. Yeah, reciprocal, same signal report for you. No problem. Good copy all the way through, ever since you came on. Over.
QSL there, Dave. All right, well, thanks for jumping in there, and nice to hear you. VA3CJZ, back to net control.
Yeah, I heard him say the 5.9 plus 5, but I wasn't sure what whose report that was. So, yeah, he's right on the edge of my noise, and I'm hearing him, but I'm not hearing every word there. Chuck, did you hear every word he was saying there? Over?
Oh yeah, I can make out every single word that Dave was saying there. He's the noise is high tonight, but he was a solid 5.9 plus 5.
Okay, my noise level is above 9, so there you go. The fact that I can hear him at all is amazing. It's got to be that noise reduction on the radio plus that filter I've got in here. So I don't know what I've got locally, but yeah, anyway, the noise is bothering Larry quite a bit, and yeah, you mentioned it too, but you seem to have a lower noise floor than I do, and I think that receive on that radio you've got, that new radio, probably is really good. So at least I think it probably is. But anyway, I'm surprised at how well I do hear here. I am listening on my own antenna, and like I said, I can hear Dave, but I'm getting like 5 units above 9 of noise, so there you go. Anyway, okay, well, let's see if we can hear anybody else. Anybody else wants to check in? VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, and that was the same with Paul. How well were you hearing Paul there, Chuck?
Oh yeah, I could hear Paul, no problem. I think he was also 5 over S9 over here. I could make out everything he was saying. My noise floor is around 8.5, so anyone who's 9 and above is no problem.
Yeah, roger on that. Okay. Yeah, well, hey, isn't it amazing? These radios with the noise reduction is pretty good. I'm sure your noise reduction is better than the one I got. This radio is rather dated, I guess. Anyway, okay, well, let's see if we can hear anybody else there before we get to the top of the hour. And 10 meters is always super quiet compared to this band. This is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. If you can hear me, please go now. And again, Chuck, if you hear something and I don't respond, please do.
Yeah, sure thing there, Rick.
Okay, and further to what Art said, he said he has the conflict with his meetings, and you know what meetings I'm talking about, and I told him that you had the same problem at one time, and he didn't know that. So I hope I didn't let something out of the bag there. I didn't think it was secret. But anyway, I told him that, and he was kind of impressed. And he told me some of the stuff he had gone through, and he says sometimes he doesn't like going to those meetings because it reminds him of that. So you probably know what he's talking about.
Actually, Rick, no, I wouldn't. Never went to those meetings.
Oh, you never did. Okay, good for you. Well, he says that it reminds him too much of it, and sometimes he doesn't like going to the meetings. But he said he seems to have a mobility problem right at the moment, and his mother financed the majority of a new chair for him. So he's got a chair, an electric chair. I'm going to kill him, but an electric chair to get around. So anyway, I was asking about if he was still going downtown on the bus, and he said he can't walk that far. So he has some issues there. I think it's as time goes on and we get older, I guess we all go that way sometimes.
Yeah, well, I can certainly sympathize with the mobility issues. I've got chronic back and leg pain, so I too am, at least I just use a cane for now. Hopefully I won't need anything else, but yeah. Anyhow, Rick, time is ticking away, and so I'll let you get back to the net. VA3CJZ.
Okay, and we're trying to see if we can get more contacts here for the Hamlam Radio Club. The band has gone long again. I thought that it was going to be really good tonight because when Marty was on, I was hearing quite well on the SDR. So anyway, if anybody can hear us, this will be last call. I guess we're getting pretty close anyway to the top of the hour. Anybody anywhere, VA3 Bravo Kilowatt. Yeah, okay, and I have yet to get somebody to check up higher for me, and I was thinking around 7145. I checked earlier while Marty was on, and 7130 was definitely in use, but I couldn't really tell. There was a couple of rag chews going on. Anyway, this is B3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're looking for last minute check-ins on the net here. Please go now. And I was on early, and I called you a couple of times. You probably weren't set up yet. But anyway, I was announcing that we're going to be on YouTube, that I thought. So anyway, Art may be in there on Wednesday night, and hopefully we'll see if you can hear him. And Art, Bob Tenty, his name is Bob Tenty, another Dutchman. VE3 Tango Oscar Kilo. He went over to help him out, and he just got him on your frequency. So Mac was telling me about different things that 7100 will do, and that's all in one box, also has voice. So I think you need some instructions on how to use it, without being able to see too well. Okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. This is definitely last call. We're at the top of the hour. Anybody anywhere? And if we hit nobody, we're going to be QSYing over to 2845. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Please go now. Last call. Okay, I hear your CW, but it's really down in the mud to me. I hear your CW. Give me your call once more, and we'll see if we can get it. Okay, I hear you in there very faint, but sorry, old man. The too much noise in the banjo for me. I don't know how well you're receiving me, but even on your CWs is pretty. We got a really high noise level here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So 73, and thanks for trying. Try checking in earlier next week, and we should be able to get your CW a lot better there. Anyways, 73 for now, and we're going to close the YouTube stream, and we're going to QSY to 10 meters, 28485 for a local rag true. Anybody can join us there. So this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt QSY 2845. Yep, everything looks good. Anyway, yeah, that one CW, there was a kilowatt station, I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't get his whole call. The CW just wasn't coming through good enough with the noise level here. Anyway, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. And this is unbelievable. I have 5 S units of noise, 5 S units of noise, and usually I don't, it's not that high. Anyway, yeah, we should still be able to hear most people, because everybody's above that, even Paul's above that, and Paul, you're usually above the 6 or 7 there if you're in there listening. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Well, I just got here. It takes a little bit of time for me to retune the antenna to a higher frequency. And, yeah, I got about 3 S units of noise out here myself. Not the quietest, that's for sure. The VA3CJZ.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I was just making note here. My noise level's higher on here today, but you're coming in 7 S units. So, you know, that's perfect. Yeah, you're coming in great here. I hear you fantastic. And I've got my antenna right about the place I get you the best. And I don't know whether you're off the side or I'm pointing right at you or what. But anyway, it definitely works good here. So anyway, I'm hearing you better. I couldn't get every word you were saying, Paul. Sorry about that, and the noise level was super high today.
Yeah, well, there's no sunspots, but yeah, I mean, this is just local noise. Everything is getting cold and shrinking again, and it always happens where you get micro-arcing on all the connections on the hydro and whatnot, so I've noticed this trend. You know, you get a cold snap and you get this elevated noise, and it's usually covering most of the bands. Back to you.
Yeah, atmospheric noise, and yeah, that's probably what that's caused from. Hey, well, anyway, you know, I have a yet, maybe come summer I'll try that. Magnetic loop. Now, magnetic loop, we had one of the contest site for 160, believe it or not, and it wasn't quite tuned. It was very, very narrow, and but we used it for listening, and it actually worked really good. It cut down all the atmospheric noise and a lot of noise because it wasn't as efficient, obviously, as a transmit antenna. And I had made up a relay. I still got the relay here, which is not in use, so I had made up a relay for my old 735 so that I could transmit on the proper antenna. It was an inverted L at that time, and then we used a magnetic loop to listen. And man, did that ever work good for us? We were actually using an amplifier on 160 and the magnetic loop to listen. So we only used one radio on that band, and so we took turns. And with that magnetic loop, what a difference that made as far as atmospheric noise goes. So I've yet going to try that, and it's going to be rated ground level more or less with a short piece of 75 ohm coax in there to help tune it. And anyway, I may have to, it hasn't been used for a while, so I may have to readjust it and, check out the variable capacitors in there. But they were not of a very high value, so they weren't or power capabilities anyway, with pretty low. And I know the one time one of the guys transmitted on it. I don't know how he did that, but he transmitted on it and blew them all apart, them little capacitors in there, variable capacitors, so we had to replace them. I did that and retuned it again, and it was good about, let's see, about 1.9. Somewhere in there it was actually, it would dip there. So it actually worked pretty good, but the one that Jim has, JS VA3CJZ, he made one with a variable inductor, I think it was, and he used a servo motor to turn the thing and to adjust the SWR. And boy, oh boy, he said that worked really good for him. So I don't know. I may have to see if I can get one of those too and put it in, because the loop that we have is actually 9 feet in diameter, something like that. It's actually pretty big. So the one he had was quite a bit smaller. So I think that I may be able to tune that pretty easily. And but still, unless I get that varactor, I wouldn't be able to transmit on it. It wouldn't work too good anyway. VA3CSY, B3BK. I was long-winded on that one.
Well, you have to keep in mind that for any type of these small antennas, getting it up and clear of all the surrounding things is like crucial for it to you have any hope of it working well at all. So even if it's just a small magnetic loop, it still doesn't matter. You still got to get it way the hell up in the air. So that's the problem that you always face with anything that's physically small for a low frequency.
Happening here. My noise level's gone way up there, Paul. Yeah, well, that is true. They're always very touchy when they're small like that. Over.
I've seen, small loops like this. One guy, built a 1.5 meter diameter loop, so that's 4.5 feet diameter. But the only way for it to work really well is to have some very expensive tunable capacitors up there, air variable 2 kilovolt adjustable capacitors to resonate the loop, and you got to get the thing in free space, like way the hell up there. Otherwise, it just doesn't work with a darn. So It's cool to try, but unless you can get it up in the air, like high on top of your tower, it's probably not worth the effort.
Yeah, and that's kind of hard to do with that kind of antenna. Yeah, get it up high. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but my noise floor went way up on 10 meters, and are you still hearing me okay there, over?
Yeah, I got about 3 or 4 S units, and you're hitting at 8 or 9, typical level. Yeah, I can hear you fine, not a problem.
Okay, my noise floor has gone up, but your signal's still good. So you're still 5 and 7 here on 10 meters, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Anyway, I could probably improve that by turning up my noise blanker, my noise reduction there, and turning off my preamp. I'll cut my noise back and also cut your signal back, but I should be able to hear you better. Anyway, I even went to the listening antenna, and I can usually hear you better on it. So it must be some local noise I've got down here and there, over.
Considering where you live, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. I have to go away from the radio just for a minute, get something to drink and take a pee. I'll be back. So, VA3CJZ.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, well, I wonder if anybody else is here. Chuck, did you join us here, over? No, I'd like to see how his radio's working. Anyway, it looks like he set it up pretty good by YouTube, and but I'm positive his receive is really good on that radio. I've never seen a noise floor this high on 10 meters before. Unbelievable. But you're getting right over it, so no problem there, Paul. Anyway, I wonder if anybody else has joined us on 10 meters here. Please go now. Well, I'm not hearing nothing. Anyway, have you heard from Mark there at all? How's Mark doing? Yeah, you still there, Paul? VA3CJZ, VA3BK. Anybody else out there? V3 Bravo kilowatt. Everything looks good here, but I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing you anymore, Paul.
VA3CJZ. I have returned.
Oh, okay. You were gone somewhere. Okay. Yeah, you're coming in good. You're coming in good there. Yeah, I just wondered if anybody else was out there. And I've got, this is the highest I've seen on 10 meters of noise floor in a long time.
Oh, I've had it worse lately. I've had some 9S unit bouts. Thank God they're intermittent, but there's something around here that's pretty vicious. Right now, even though I only have 3S units of noise, it doesn't sound like normal white noise or whatever. This sounds like machine noise, kind of like it's got its weird whine to the noise here. It's just a strange description, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. 0 sunspots. Oh, holy moly, I fell over backwards when I saw the number.
Yeah, well, that's probably what's doing it all right. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, yeah, well, 3, that's high for you, isn't it? And usually mine's somewhere around 3 with the preamp on, but now with no preamp on, it's more than that. So anyway, Well, that doesn't matter. I can change my tuning here. And I gotta watch I don't put my filters on too much. Let's see which one I got. I got the white one on. Let's see. Let me put one more. Okay, we went a little bit narrow, and I'll probably hear you better.
Well, I find that a wider bandwidth, even though it lets more noise in, I find the voices are more pleasant because they're not as pinched off. So I just generally put up with the noise. I had a whole month there where I had 10 dB over S9 of noise every single day, all the time. That whole month of that was wicked. It's -9 now, and it's still falling, so it's going to be a cold one tonight. And did you see what the east coast of the United States has been putting up with? Have you seen their blizzard?
What's he been putting up with?
The east coast of the United States. Have you been watching their weather? They're getting killed.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's perfect. Of course, you know. It's, when I was talking to Ron there in Georgia on Friday night, he was saying that it had been 78 degrees. 78 degrees in Georgia that same day, and here it was like 30, well, in Fahrenheit it was something like 32, 33, 34, somewhere in that range at noon. So, yeah, he said he had to turn his air conditioner on because it was so humid. It was still very humid, even though it was that warm. So I don't know whether they're getting hit with this, down the East Coast is getting hit with it, but I don't know if he is or not in Georgia. I doubt it. I only talked to him on Friday nights on calling.
No, Georgia is too far south. So, yeah, they've been a warm up, early spring kind of thing. That's pretty normal for them. No. I'm talking about Pennsylvania, New York State, Vermont, Maine. Oh, God, they're getting killed. There's over 500,000 people without hydro right now.
Yeah, that's a lot, eh? Wow. Yeah. Well, hey, we've been pretty lucky here in this area. I'm telling you, at least I think we have. And some of them places in the States, like New York, they're on pretty much the same level as us. So, as far as latitude goes, so yeah, they're just in a little different area, and they're getting hit worse than we are. Lots of times Buffalo gets tons more snow than we get, and yet they're south of us. So who knows?
Well, some communities along the lakes, they get lake effect snow, and Buffalo can get absolutely dumped, 4 or 5 feet, if they get a particular wind direction that follows the alignment of Lake Erie, especially in early winter. But no, we've been lucky as far as storms are concerned, like big ones, but we've had it colder than normal, and we've had some periods where it's just whole week there where it was pretty miserable. It snowed every day. So, but we're not getting dumped like this. This is a major storm for them down there. Yeah, you got to check the news out.
Yeah, I missed that last part. I was playing here with adjustments on my radio. Yeah, I'll quit doing that. Yeah, anyway, lake effect. They get more, I guess, and I don't know, it's because of where they are, they're getting more lake effect stuff than we are, I think. And, well, it depends, like we get better or less snow than they do up on the mountain. And, and I think if you go to Stony Creek Mountain, they're probably a little different. Guernsey Mountain's even a little more different than up the hill here. So, yeah, it depends entirely on where you are. And I remember working on Guernsey one time, and we had a real storm out there. It was really, really bad, and they were telling people to stay off the roads and everything else, and we were hoping to be called in. and our dispatch was in Hamilton at that time, and they said, well, what are you talking about? It's not bad up there at all. But on Grimsby Mountain where we were getting it really bad, and we wanted to go in, and so that the storm finally reached Hamilton, and they let us in about an hour later, and you know, it took us a long time to get in because of the bad weather, but oh well. Yeah, I can remember one time on Stony Creek Mountain, we had an ice storm, and I was driving down the road with my foot out the door because I had a crawl. It was that icy. That was with the belt truck. So anyway, yeah, we drove in some pretty crappy weather, and now I think that they're a lot more cautious than that. I don't think they even let you out on the road there now. So at least I don't think they do it at where I worked anyway. VA3CJZ, VA3CJZ.
No, things really haven't changed at all. You know as well as I do that as a repair tech or maintenance tech, whatever, telecommunications tech, it's more important than ever for you to be out there when the weather turns bad. And the worse the weather, probably the more important it is for you to pay, put in extra time. So again, no, it's not changed. We drove in every kind of weather because we had to. And the worse the weather, the more important it was for you to show your ass up at work or you get fired, right? So, oh my God, all the experiences we could tell, well, we could spend a month talking about those.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Hey, well, I remember putting up a multi-drop in a snowstorm, me and another guy. Yeah, it was hard to get help. And anyway, he was an older fellow, older than me, and he was good worker, so we put it up in the snowstorm anyway. And we got it done, and after we got it done, we felt good about it,
Well, it depends on the snowstorm, it depends on the temperature, depends on if you got any help or not. But we all did things like that, that every tech was around you. They all did the hard work, as I like to call it, whether it's raising a dropper, hard line to a building, or standing there for hours splicing cable, which some of those bell guys had to do, right? So we didn't have to do that. Ours was simpler in that regard. But those bell guys that had to sit up there on that pole for hours to put all that back together, holy. You wonder why they had tents with heaters in them? Well, that's why.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, some of the stuff we did. Yeah, amazing. I can remember. Well, the worst thing I did, I guess safety-wise, was overclimb the ladder. And I would go up and stand on the strand. Yeah, actually overclimb the ladder, get on the strand, and have my belt around the pole up the strand just to get up high enough to get that drop up there in a good height, whatever, doing stupid stuff like that. And, I guess that was the worst thing I ever did. Probably climbed, a ladder on standing on the strand. Pretty silly when you look back at it, how stupid was I, but, we did it to get the job done, so that's the way it goes. Anyway, yeah, some of the bell guys in Toronto area, some of them worked up in that hydro, or what the heck did you call that? It was hydro producing, but it was a nuclear plant. I guess that's north of Toronto. Anyway, there was quite a crew that used to go in there and set up stuff. that was something else. There was always special jobs to go to like that, and I remember the one year that Quebec had a really bad snowstorm, and the snow was really super high, and would cover up poles and everything else. They lost all their hydro and all that. We had guys in Quebec, and they were playing silly bugger, and some of the guys couldn't work overtime, and people were stealing generators, and it was ridiculous. So the whole thing. So one of the guys in our crew he went, and then he told all these stories when he got back. I'm sure glad I didn't go into Quebec for that one. But that they had hydro towers, the big towers that come crashing down, all kinds of stuff. It was the hydro crews were busy, and oh boy, the whole thing was a disaster at the time. But I forget what year that was. That was a few years back there for sure. VA3CJZ, VA3BK.
If I'm not mistaken, the big ice storm was 1998 or 1999, and some of the Cogeco techs went east to help out with repairs. And the photos they brought back were just unreal. Now, that was an ice storm. I mean, it took down hydro towers, like the big one.
Yeah, so that was 98, 99?
Yeah, that was when they went out, and I remember the dates because we had been just acquired by Cogeco a few years earlier.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you guys got it too. Well, hey, one thing happened too to me. I got requested to go back to work after I retired, and they had a situation in California, and they were looking for people to go to California. And I know quite a few of our cable guys went down there, but I said, no, I'm retired. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going back to work, especially down in the States there, over.
That's funny. Other people have told me that, and both cable and Bell, my company did the same thing. They phoned me up about a year after I had retired, and was really nice about it. But asked me if I would think about maybe coming back to work. You got a few more years in you. You're only 61. We'll give you, maintenance tech position in the area of your choice. Area? Are you kidding me? For them to bend over backwards, they really must have needed techs. Anyway, I told them the same thing you did. Thanks, no thanks, bye.
Yeah, well, I couldn't see. I had more than one opportunity to go back to work where they actually emailed me or something, that they were looking for people. But, yeah, I didn't bite. But you know what? Some of them guys that did go, they made major bucks. They did quite well. But, you remember that Katrina, that hurricane, I think it was a hurricane, that happened down in Georgia, or not Georgia, where was it? New Orleans down there and that way. Katrina, I got asked to go for that. And I definitely said no to that one because I figured, there was dead bodies in the street and everything else. I mean, that could be bad for your health, for crying out loud. And after you've been retired for a while, you're not in the public anymore, and you're liable to pick up something. So they also, with that one, that time, they wanted you to take your own truck and your own tools. So, with that one, so like I said no to that one too. But Katrina, yeah, that would have been a real experience for some people, I'm sure. I don't know whether it was after the fact or what, whether they still had flooding when those guys went down there. But like I said, some of them guys, they did that, and they made major bucks. and I know they were going to pay, like, take your own truck and tools, and they were going to pay something like $100 an hour to do that. So I'm sure some of them guys made big money, but but their expenses probably would have been pretty high too.
Well, if you've never been there, it would be like a vacation in a way. You'd be traveling, right? But, the Katrina, I mean, that was a hurricane. I don't really know what you're going to do down there, except join the contractor crews to, do the physical work of stringing all the poles and cables back up. I don't do that. I never did that anymore. Like, I was never in construction. The most I ever did was repairs, that kind of thing, right? But we wouldn't be putting poles or strand up. You get contractors to do that. They would do all the hard physical work, and then I'd come in and set things up, troubleshoot, that sort of thing, right? So, yeah, I would never be part of that crew. I couldn't take it. I would die.
Yeah, well, I think the only reason I got asked was I was on installation for most of my career. And, I would have been there probably bailing out business or stuff. Who knows what I would have done, because, my era, we did everything pretty much, like we learned how to do everything pretty much. And the only guys in Bell that were like that were mostly the guys up north, up quite a ways up north, where they don't have very many people, and those guys get to ride boats and go across lakes and put buried drop across a lake on the bottom and feed cottages and all kinds of stuff, And the guys up north, they work on cable, and they do everything, repairs and installations. So they do and cable work and the whole bit. I mean, some of them guys, very, very, very knowledgeable. So, I was in plant school with one guy that was in northern Quebec, and he had all kinds of courses, that guy. But anyway, yeah, so, like you weren't involved in that part of it, and, neither was I, really. I did do a stint over there on cable, though, but nothing to do with poles or anything like that, so I don't know, I'm sure it would have been a real experience for some of them guys, so, be like part of an elite crew down there. It would have been probably pretty good, and maybe I should have gone, but, when this